This is CTC News with Wesley Kotar, broadcasting from Sint-Eustatius, Dutch Korea. Sponsored by UTLNV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
We have come to the end of another week, today Friday, July 5th, 2013, on the Golden Rock. Good evening, I am Wesley Kotar, and this is CTC News, broadcasting live from CTC Studios at Statius Mall. In tonight's headlines, Statia Island Council dismisses DP Commissioner, swears in new Island Council member and Commissioner, local market held today at Wilhelmina Park, important dates for AOV pensioners on Sint-Eustatius. Details in local news right after this.
You're watching CTC TV, bringing you the best in news, local shows, movies, music videos, live shows, animation, and much, much more. Don't miss CTC TV.
CTC News, sponsored by UTLNV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Duggins Shopping Center.
The Island Council of Sint-Eustatius passed a motion against Democratic Party Commissioner Nicholas Snake on Thursday, dismissing him from his duty. The council then voted for Island Councilman Reginald Zandam to replace him. It has been a turbulent week for DP Statia. First, former party leader Ruben Merkman called for the no-confidence vote against Snake, and then his party's board voted to expel him for this move. Merkman serves as a member of the Island Council. The political crisis started with the hiring of the wife of Jan Helmont, the Dutch Island Secretary of Sint-Eustatius, to work in the government's Human Resources Department. Merkman said he would have preferred a local to fill that vacancy, and that did not happen. Resentment also was fueled by a decision to pay the Island Secretary $2,000 a month for a house in the Netherlands. Spectators packed the public gallery at the Island Legislative Hall. Council members discussed this issue as well as other matters affecting Statia's economy, including the Island Road Fund taxes. Various insults were traded across the council's floor. Having gained 2 seats in the council, it was revealed that Merkman had visited Snake at home, where they both admitted to wanting the commissioner's post. With regards to the much-discussed appointment at the Personnel Department, Snake said, "Nobody, and I mean nobody, applied for that vacancy." Councilman Franklin Brown lamented the lack of communication between the commissioner and council members. "Who is doing what? You have to let your colleagues know what is going on," he told Snake. He also said he was in favor of employing local talent or at least repatriating stations from the Netherlands. "We all have Dutch passports, but even if you arrive in Schiphol, they still treat you like foreigners," he said. Despite his occasional outbursts, to the shock of the public present, Brown left the Legislative Hall before voting on the motion of no confidence commenced. The motion was passed by 3 votes to 1 against. Reginald Zandam was sworn in on Friday at an Island Council meeting in the Vincent Astor Lopes Legislative Hall, which commenced at 2 p.m. The council did not say whether he would retain Snake's portfolio or whether they would distribute the responsibilities. Previously, Zandam served as a senator for the DP in the Netherlands Antilles Parliament before leaving the party to form and represent UPC. Merkman will retain his seat as an independent. The seat that Zandam will vacate on the Island Council will be taken over by Alvin Henricus. The bi-monthly local market was held once again today at the Wilhelmina Park. In recent weeks, a significant decrease in vendors could be noted. However, there are those who continue to come out on schedule with their fresh produce. The following market date is set for July 19th at 10 a.m. Our vendors are asking the general public to continue to show their support as there is quite a variety of fresh produce available. Are you a pensioner residing on Sint-Eustatius? The RCN Unit of Social Affairs and Employment is herewith informing you that they will be carrying out a control of those entitled to AOV pension residing on Bonaire, St. Eustatius, and Saba. This will include a check of the certificate of life of the AOV pensioner. To be able to accomplish this goal, your support is needed. All AOV pensioners on St. Eustatius are herewith invited to meet with representatives of the RCN Unit of Social Affairs and Employment to ensure their files are in good order. Please bring along your ID and bank card or book on which you are currently receiving your AOV pension. These meetings will be held over a period of 3 days, beginning on Monday, July 15th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the St. Eustatius Public Library, on Tuesday, July 16th from 9 to 5 p.m., and finally on Wednesday, July 17th from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, all 3 dates at the public library. For more information, you may contact the Unit of Social Affairs and Employment located on the Cottage Weck at telephone number 318-3376. Coming up next in regional news, Duncan is still a source of concern, and police to take measures to ensure public safety during Nevis Culturama festivities. Details after the break.
Coming soon to St. Eustatius, 3 daily flights to St. Kitts and return every week. Services to St. Martin via Anguilla with free stopover in Anguilla. Charter services will also be available. More information coming soon to CTC TV and CTC Radio. Brought to you by Trans Anguilla.
CTC News, sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Dugging's Shopping Center.
Welcome back. For those of you just joining us, this is our regional and international segment for this evening. Former Justice Minister Roland Duncan is still an item of discussion in the second chamber of the Dutch Parliament, despite the fact that he stepped down and a new Minister of Justice has been appointed. Member of Parliament André Bosman of the Liberal VVD Party, during a debate on Wednesday with Minister of Home Affairs and Kingdom Relations Ronald Plasterk, condemned the move by the former Justice Minister to remove the Royal Dutch Marechaussee from the front line of the immigration at the Princess Juliana International Airport. The Marechaussee was directed to the back office. That was in the minister's own interest, said Bosman, who pointed out that all reports make clear that there are big problems with crime and human trafficking in St. Martin. It is incomprehensible that a justice minister who was part of this human trafficking can be involved in the fringe elements of the kingdom, he said, referring to Duncan's alleged relation to the sex industry on his island. Responding to these remarks, Plasterk said, "I found that to be a questionable situation, to say the least. A Minister of Justice who reportedly is the co-owner of establishments of dubious quality and politically responsible for the issuing of permits for people who work there. That creates at least an impression of a conflict of interest." Plasterk said he had all confidence in the new Justice Minister, Dennis Richardson. "I am sure he has the integrity issue high on the agenda." He said that intervention by the Kingdom Council of Ministers, as Bosman suggested, was not necessary with Duncan gone. According to the minister, the Kingdom Council of Ministers was concerned about reports that the Marechaussee at St. Martin's Airport had been taken off the front line at immigration and placed in the back office. Reports filed by Dutch civil servants working in St. Martin about possible violations of integrity are taken very seriously, said Plasterk. These reports are not publicly released in order to protect the source. But we do see a pattern. To put it mildly, things are not going well where it comes to integrity. Further in regional news coming out of St. Kitts and Nevis, Assistant Commissioner of Police responsible for the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, Nevis Division, Robert Liebert, has assured Nevis residents that the police will do all they can to keep the Culturama festivities and the community safe, and plans to bring in reinforcements from St. Kitts. He was at the time responding to concerns of safety and security during the upcoming season when he was a guest on a special edition a Voice of Nevis Radio's weekly Let's Talk program on July 4, 2013, on the heels of a spate of violent crimes on the island. Let me assure you that during the Culturama period, we will have extra security to ensure the events are kept very safe and the community on a whole is kept secured. It is my plan, and we have already begun to put those plans together to get more people over from St. Kitts to bolster the numbers that we have here. I will also have personnel from the Defense Force. It was only this afternoon that I spoke to Captain Kayode, and I will make a formal request to the commander that I want to have the Defense Force here for 2 straight weeks, starting on July 25th, so they will take us right over the 7th of August, he said. A caller to the show had inquired of the police's plan that would allay fears about attending nightly functions during the island's key cultural festival. Only 2 days before, the island recorded its 8th murder for the year, with an overall total of 18 so far in St. Kitts and Nevis. And now in international news, 3 million Europeans catch infections in hospital annually. On any given day, some 80,000 patients in Europe are fighting an infection they picked up in a hospital, often while in intensive care, the EU's disease monitoring agency said in a survey published on Thursday. Although some of those infections can be treated easily, others like the superbug MRSA and other drug-resistant bugs can be fatal or affect patients' health very seriously, taking several months of costly hospital care and medication to beat. A survey by the European Centre for Diseases Prevention and Control, ECDC, found that on any given day, 1 in 18 patients in European hospitals has at least one hospital-acquired infection, amounting to around 3.2 million patients per year. Healthcare-associated infections pose a major public health problem and a threat to European patients, said Mark Sprenger, director of the Stockholm-based ECDC. He said many of these infections could be prevented by well-thought-out, sustained, and multi-pronged prevention and control program, and urged the hospitals to step up the fight. Such programs, as well as prudent use of antibiotics, will help all actors involved to protect the patients of European hospitals, he said in a statement. The ECDC warned last year that doctors are increasingly having to turn the last-ditch antibiotics due to growing drug-resistant superbug infections in Europe, many of them acquired in hospitals. The latest survey, which covered 1,000 hospitals in 30 European countries, found the highest rates of hospital-acquired infections were among patients admitted to intensive care units, where 19.5% of patients had at least one bug they had picked up from the hospital. And that was it for our news stories for this evening. Coming up next after the break, your 3-day weather forecast for the islands of Statia, Saba, and St. Martin. Details on local weather conditions right after this.
In everything we do, there is a risk, and many times our eyes are caught up on the prize. But even though there are risks, there are many ways we can protect ourselves. Be wise with the choices you make. Be smart and protect your choices. Protect yourself.
Oh my yeah, I'll be there, girl, you know I care, girl, 'cause it's love that we share. I will steer it in the right direction, no have no fear. Oh my yeah, I'll be there, girl, you know I care, girl, 'cause I care. Come along and ride on that fantastic song.
Coming soon to St. Eustatius, 3 daily flights to St. Kitts and return every week. Services to St. Martin via Anguilla with free stopover in Anguilla. Charter services will also be available. More information coming soon to CTC TV and CTC Radio. Brought to you by Trans Anguilla.
CTC News, sponsored by Utel NV, Kodo's Purchasing Services, and Dugging's Shopping Center.
And now for your 3-day weather forecast, we will begin on Station Sabre. Tonight, Friday, July 5th, Late showers with temperatures of 88 degrees Fahrenheit. 30% chances of rain with the winds east-northeast at 16 miles per hour. Tomorrow and Saturday, July 6th, AM showers, temperatures of 84 degrees Fahrenheit. 30% chances of rain with winds east at 15 miles per hour. On Sunday, July 7th, scattered showers, temperatures of 84 degrees Fahrenheit. 50% chances of rain with the winds east at 17 miles per hour. Now on to St. Martin, tonight Friday, July 5th, late showers, temperatures of 88 degrees Fahrenheit, 30% chances of rain with the winds east at 11 miles per hour. Tomorrow, Saturday, July 6th, AM showers, temperatures of 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 30% chances of rain with the winds east at 12 miles per hour. And then on Sunday, July 7th, scattered showers, temperatures of 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 50% chances of rain with the winds east at 13 miles per hour. That was it for another edition of CTC News Live. We will be back on Monday. Thanks once again for tuning in. Until next time, enjoy your weekend and do have a good one.